guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm talking about the last issue of Superior Spider-Man, issue 31, and I'll say in the last issue, so the series finale. So yes, before I start talking about this double-sized issue, I just want to give you guys, of course, a little update. I have Comic Uno episode 44, and that is a show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. So here are those comics. We have The $6 Million Man, issue 2 for season 6. Shotgun Wedding, issue 3. Godstorm Hercules Pain, issue 1. Star Mage, issue 1. Supergirl, issue 30. Morning Glories, issue 38. Wolverine X-Men, issue 3. And Nova, issue 16. So if you want to go check out all these reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 44, which will be annotated. But let's talk about the last issue of Superior Spider-Man. Some people probably are really happy, some people really sad, some people are in the middle. For me, I think I'm in the middle. Like, I'm kind of upset to see something. No, I'm not in the middle. I'm happy to see Amazing Spider-Man back in action, which we get to see here. And is Dr. Octopus alive or not? Do we have that answered question here? A lot of spoilers for this review, so if you haven't read the issue, I'm spoiling a lot here, because I'm going to talk about the whole issue. But yeah, I love the cover. We get to see shattered glass of what Superior's gone through, and we got the R. Peter back. And I love the series finale here, so really great to see all that. So the conclusion of Goblin Nation, let's see if I enjoyed it. So in this issue, we get to see who is the true Goblin. Peter's coming out, trying to convince people, hey, people actually know Peter is Spider-Man, like Carly, hey, I was taken over by Dr. Octopus, Carly's still healing from, the whole Goblin serum, and now, Peter just wants to save the day, save Anna Marie, and he does save Anna Marie, and it feels really bad for her, too, because she really loved Dr. Octopus, Peter Parker, and what is he going to do about that, because does Peter love Anna Marie? Who knows, maybe he will fall in love with her. I would be very upset if he did, because MJ and Spider-Man, I'm a big fan of them. It's like, you can have a relationship with Anna Marie, but you can't have a relationship with MJ, but we'll have to see. Don't want to complain yet. We don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, so we get to see Spider-Man. He figures out some people that are in the Goblin Nation, I would say, and he sees little glimpses, like Liz is like, oh yeah, I'm a part of the Goblin Nation, I just want to protect my son. And we do see very hints as audience, even Peter is a little questionable, is Liz part of the Goblin Nation, because Normie seems like he's the heir to the Goblin stuff, which is actually going really to Spider-Girl, because Normie was this whole big thing with the Green Goblin, so will they go that direction, especially with Spider-Verse coming? But yeah, so Normie is this head of this thing, and this is why the Green Goblin's even doing all this, to have a Normie become the heir of all the Goblin stuff. So we get to see that who is under the mask for the Goblin is this weird guy. We don't know who he is. But it is Norman Osborn. He just took another body. He did plastic surgery, so that is Norman Osborn. I thought it was funny. It hasn't been done before. It's like, oh, I don't even know who you are. Yeah, Justice League with the Flash and Lex Luthor. I think they did a little bit better. But still, I liked it. It was Norman. It makes sense that he knew all this stuff, so it does make more sense that it was Norman. I still would have liked to see if it was Liz, but hey, that's just me. It's just a speculation. But yeah, so we do get to see Norman. Of course, he's probably going to be back. He's not totally defeated. He's just gone. He's like, oh, well, I'll just do another plan. So yeah, and then we get to see another second half, which was written by Christos Gage, who just does the aftermath of everyone related to Superior and how much Spider-Man has changed and now Spider-Man's back. Like, Aunt May just forgives Peter, and Jay's like, no, like, you're horrible to her. So obviously he's gonna have to rehash that relationship. And then Peter and MJ have this talk where Peter's like, hey, I know we were getting closer, and then MJ's like, no, I don't care if you're with Dr. Octopus or who, like, I don't care if you were Dr. Octopus, I'm done. There's always gonna be something else, so I could be your friend, sure, but I just can't be with you. So we'll have to see how much distance she takes. And Carly even agrees, like, I totally agree with you, MJ. I can't live with this either. So they both are kind of backing away from Peter, and Carly's actually going to move somewhere else for a little while until she heals up, because she still has these goblin eyes, and they even talk about Gwen a little, which I really enjoyed. MJ saying, like, she had such a bright look in the world, really enjoyed that, and seeing that, remembering Gwen, who's a great character. Then we get to see J. Jonah Jameson quits being mayor and still hates Spider-Man, so that's back to normal. Probably hates Spider-Man even more now, has really a reason for it. And that's it. That's the whole issue. We get a little sneak peek for Silver Surfer also. This is a weird issue for me. It was actually almost pick of the week, because I think there's so much to happen here that made it a great issue, but I had some gripes with it also. So it was really weird. It was almost pick of the week for me, but I decided I think there was a little bit too many gripes to really put it as pick of the week. And I know a lot of people are half on half with the issue, but for me, I liked it. I really did like it because I thought a lot happened. A lot of seeds were planted with the goblin stuff, but I was a little unsatisfied at the same time because it was this whole big goblin nation that were hyped up. In the end, it felt like a regular story arc in a way because Green Goblin is just like, I'll be back. Bye. I might be somebody else. But then there was some really cool planted seeds of, Liz and Normie, which I really enjoyed. So I like that, and then of course just having Peter back, really, I thought that was pretty magical in this whole issue in general, so I really enjoyed that. So I couldn't really give this a really low grade, because I thought there was so much to happen, that I was happy about, and I was just happy to see Spider-Man back, and I thought it was epic in that way. But why I couldn't give it 5 stars is because there were a couple of gripes here. And I'll say my biggest gripe had to be with Mary Jane. I'm going to keep saying it. I still think she's very out of character. Even though this is Peter. I understand she's over it, but I feel like the real Mary Jane, what was so cool about her, that what we grew up with, what we learned about Mary Jane is that she's a tough person. She could go through a lot, and she'll always love Peter, and she was always on his side. She didn't have powers, or she wasn't a superhero, but she was always by his side, and I think that loyalty is what made MJ such a cool character. She never backed down, but she's still a strong character too, as we saw with the spider shooters, which I think was the only glimpse of the real Mary Jane we saw throughout Superior Spider-Man. So it's really weird seeing Mary Jane just give up, because I feel like that's the total opposite of Mary Jane's character. And I just keep saying, I'm just hoping Spider-Verse comes and we'll see May and be like, hey guys, get your shit together, because you're a happily married couple with 2 great children. You guys aren't the same without each other, which I think is true. Peter being single is a really weird thing to see. Because he's usually never single. He has either Carly, or he has, Gwen, or he has, obviously, Mary Jane. And I think he's such a relatable character because, he has these relationships that he fails at but tries to get better. And I thought his relationships were pretty strong with them. And now everyone's just giving up on Peter, where Peter would never give up on them. So I just thought it was really weird. I just thought it was very out of character. Maybe not for Carly, because she just turned into a goblin, so I kind of understand why she's backing away. But with Mary Jane, she doesn't even, get Peter to talk, say, hey, I was like Dr. Octopus, can you forgive me? It's like, yeah, I know, but this happens all the time. So I was really disappointed with that as a Mary Jane fan. But overall, why I'm going to give this a 4.5 is because this was a really good story. I liked how it ended. I liked having Peter. I thought it had some really cool planted seeds. So it's a really mixed match issue for me. Because there's some really great things in this issue that I think overdid a lot of issues this week. So I'm going to give it 4.5. Can't obviously give it the perfect 5 because it wasn't a perfect issue. But I really did enjoy it, if you guys understand that. But it makes me really hyped for Amazing Spider-Man. It still gives me hope. Can we get to this regular Mary Jane relationship? Can we get to the regular status quo after everything that happened? So I'm excited for those things. I'm excited for future storylines. So it's just such a mixed bag, this issue. But overall, I really did like it. So I'm going to give it 4.5. It was very close to being my pick of the week, but again, I just felt like there was some gripes that held it back. And there was another issue that I felt was more fresh, more fun, and didn't really have any gripes with that other issue I picked for pick of the week. So it was very close as a Spider-Man fan. I did enjoy it, but I can see why people disliked it or, really enjoyed it too and didn't have any gripes. But hope you guys enjoyed. Please tell me in the comments below what you thought about the issue. This is Comic Uno, and guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and their end situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.